But I decided to say something. And I said, this is not a complicated problem. And the solution is not complicated. The people are, though. The problem is, land was stolen, bodies were stolen, labor was stolen, and we created wealth from that. Now we have an imbalance. There are people who benefit from that imbalance and people who don't. We just gotta rebalance it. That's all.
That's it.
It's pretty simple. The challenge is, though, we don't want to actually do the work necessary for ourselves to rebalance that power. That is what's complicated. We have precedents. We have reparations happening. We had it happen in South Africa. We had it happen in Germany. We actually had it happen here with Japanese too. We just don't want to do it. So let's say that and get real. And so I offer this because when we get into this conversation about action, I have a lot of conversations where I'm like coaching people and they're like, yeah, the executive director won't do this, or white folks won't do that, or whatever, right? We have these conversations with ourselves about what can't happen because what somebody else won't do. And the way that revolution and change works is not what other people do. It's what you do. It's not comfortable, it's not easy, and it's not, we have to be willing to face the fears that we have around our reputation and criticism. And it's actually a pretty privileged space to be where our fear is around our reputation. Because there are people who walk outside and can die simply for walking. So if the risk that we have to take is our reputation, it's a very privileged risk to take. So I'm just saying, when it gets to the work, let's really start to think about the action steps that we have to take and not just the intellect and the belief sets that we have to espouse to prove that we are woke or down. So I offer, we've had enough apologies, we've had enough tears, and we've had enough white fear. What we need now is respect, re-education, and reparations. And so that work, if we can just start the conversations, let's do it. I'm not saying that it's gonna happen overnight. I'm just saying, can we get to a point where we're not so afraid? Like, even when I say the word reparations, right, I can feel the energy. That word feels a way in this land. Why? Why though? You know, like, I'm confused, right? So like, I want us to get to a place where we can actually start to check ourselves and check, like, what is this fear that's coming up in me? What is the history of that? Where is it coming from, and why do I have it? Why do I house it? What do I do about it? That's the work. It's internal.